Shalom, Yasharallah, giving all praise and glory to the most high power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because he worthy to be praised for everything. Hallelujah to his holy and glorious and magnificent name. As always, we're going to start with Colossians 3:17, and whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem, Mashiach Yahushua. Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father, by Hashem, Mashiach Yahushua. I want to go into some scriptures concerning we the children of Israel, how we've been so blessed to be able to come into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, and understanding of this Bible. And as I said, I went into conduct. I'm going to continue to go into that, because the whole scriptures lead us into righteousness, to be perfect as we follow what's righteous according to what our ancestors brought forth to us, allowing us to have the word today to be able to look at and walk in the spirit. But see, when you don't understand, you hear me say, either you're in the spirit, you're out of the spirit. When you walk in the spirit, then you understand spiritual things. And with spiritual things, it's a battle between the spirit and the flesh, or your carnal side. And when you allow your carnal side to defeat your spiritual side of what you learn and how to be righteous, to make it to the kingdom, and not to be dealt with in these last days with all the rioting and the raping and the pillage and the destruction and the woe and more woe and woe, destruction that's going to come on this earth. And it's going to come to those that, first and foremost, he said he's going to start with his house. So it's going to come more heavily on us because of the fact of we are the chosen. And it's, when you look at, we've been exposed to the highest calling in the world in learning this truth. Nothing more higher than this, and nothing more powerful than the truth. And when we allow our spiritual side, as we're growing in our spiritual side, you allow the devil to come in and take you off of the spiritual side that you're working for, which is going to be leading to the kingdom, then you got to deal with a whole lot to come back to the spirit of the Most High. That's why I say seek up 10 times more, because you inviting innumerable spirits, or however many spirits it takes to destroy you into your life. And we could do this at any time when we go off in the spirit and do things that's sin or negative, or that's against the Most High's and the Mashiach Yahushua's rules and regulations, which is his law, statutes, commandments. Understand this. So look at Galatians 5 and 16. Galatians 5 and 16, it says, "This I say then, walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh." So, as I said, it's a battle between the spirit and the flesh, which is, like I said, that's why he told us in Romans 12, go to Romans the 12th chapter. Romans the 12th chapter, he told us this in verse 1. Hold that in Galatians, we're coming back to it. It says, "I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High." Mercies, you see? That means not getting what you deserve many times. "That you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service." You see? So we have to present our bodies before the Most High, because his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, watching everything that we do every day, to be acceptable unto the Most High. You're acceptable or you're reject. Like I say, you destroy for lack of knowledge. There's no reason why anyone that's been exposed to this truth could think in their wildest dreams that they roll around with a lack of knowledge. That's why Most High say, going to get you first. It says, "And be not conformed to this world." So you can't be conformed to this world. but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. How you renew your mind? By studying to show yourself approved to the Most High and applying these scriptures in your life, that ye may prove what is that good. And we know the good is the scriptures. To tell you that in Romans 7:12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. So the law and the commandments are good. The Most High is good first and foremost, and the law and the commandments that he gave us are good. Romans 12:2. Prove what is that good, which is you keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and acceptable. His law, statutes, commandments are acceptable and perfect, make you perfect, will of the Most High. See? So going back to Galatians 6 and 5:16, Salakia. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. See, if you walk in the Spirit, you're not going to walk and operate in the lust of the flesh. But if you're not spiritual, then the world, and you're not allowing your body to be a living sacrifice to be perfect. People say you can't be perfect. You can't be perfect because you don't want to be perfect. You ain't working to be perfect. You ain't studying. Something is wrong. You're not doing something. You know, you straddling the fence. You in the world, and you trying to be an Israelite too. You don't want to be different. You want to be like everybody else. Everybody else, 2/3 of our people going to hell. You go to hell right with them. Like I say, you can't try and take me with you. Look at John the 6th chapter, the 63rd verse. John the 6th chapter, the 63rd verse. It is the Spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. You hear that? So we're going to read about the flesh, but the flesh profiteth nothing, but could be death, hell, and the judgment. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. See? Say the words that he's speaking to us, they are spirit and they are life. But if you understand his words, you're not learning it, living it, applying it in your life, then this is what he said. But there are some of you that believe not. Some people have no faith. They only got faith whenever the Most High come through for them. Whenever he don't come through for them, they ain't got no faith. And then knowing that they come through over and over again, don't even apply that faith to the next time they need faith, to have faith. That's why he said, but there are some of you that believe not. For my Sheikh Abshai knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. And that's what people have done and doing. They betraying him. Say, and he said, therefore said I unto you, and to all you that can hear out there, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. Say, this ain't no man thing. See, a lot of you look at a man and you say, oh, and some of you men say, oh, you brought them. Nah, you brought them into the truth. That's your fruit or whatever. But he said nobody could come to a Mashiach Yahushua unless the Most High give them. Most High the one that called. You know, many are called, but few are chosen. That's why it says that. Because there's many people that's called, but are they going to be diligent in their conduct to continue forward to the kingdom? That's why he said it's going to be faithful on the earth when he come. They're going to allow the devil to take them off track. Let's go back and look at it. Galatians 5:17. It says, for the flesh lusts against the spirit. See, the spirit going to quicken you. Going to show you and teach you what you need to know to please the Most High. The flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. See, they battling each other. It's a battle between them. So what are you gonna do? You're either gonna accept the truth, or in the spirit, or you're gonna fall into the flesh. And it's gonna let you know how you're gonna be in falling into the flesh, allowing the devil to rule over you. You know what I'm saying? And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that you would. You want to do what's right, but then here come the flesh overrides the spirit, and now you in sin. Listen to what it says. But if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law. Because the spirit going to teach you about the laws. The spirit going to allow you to think about the laws. The spirit going to convict you if you try and go against the law and if you break the law. If you had a spirit. But if you had a spirit, you should be doing what's right to the best of your ability. But if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery. First one in the name is adultery. That's big time in this world today. Adultery. What's adultery? A man, he's married, and he go out and get with another married woman. What's adultery? A woman that's married and she go lay with another man. So that relationship will be totally in sin. First one he names is adultery. I guess he knows what's gonna be happening these last days. Fornication. You know, like why is if fornication is adultery, why have fornication here? This fornication is spiritual fornication. You know, when you start to not believe in the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua and the power that's in His name that He gives to us for all them that believe on by Hashem and Mashiach Yahushua going to the Most High on our behalf. Because remember, there is no New Testament. When the New Testament is being scribed, they live in it. And he's making statements that we have to adhere to and think the fact that there is no New Testament. We go to Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. So you understand, give you more understanding of what I'm saying. Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12 says, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. You see? The devising of idols. And that's, most I said, there shall be no gods before him. That's idols. Before him. He is the power, and the only power. And that's spiritual fornication. When you go against the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, and He done taught us right, and then you do what's wrong. It says, for neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by the vainglory of men, they entered into the world. See, the vainglory of men trying to exalt themselves, be somebody in this wicked world, evil world. For by the vainglory of men, they entered into the world. And therefore shall they come surely to an end. And those that bring forth sin and iniquity and spiritual fornication, they're going to come to an end too. See? And that's how it is. It's like that. That's the way it is. So, it said fornication. Just seeing what spiritual fornication is, because it said adultery first. Then it said fornication. This is the works of the flesh. And this is what the devil is trying to get people to follow, to say, you are his disciple, and not Mashiach Yahushua's disciple, not the Most High's disciple, but you're his disciple. And he's reporting it to the Most High every day. All wickedness, is reporting, putting in the books, writing it down. Uncleanness, you know, diseases and people not keeping themselves clean. Lasciviousness, all kind of inordinate sex acts and so forth. Bestiality and just doing all kind of nasty crap. It's there. It's happening. You'll see what he knew was happening. That's why it's here. Idolatry. Dealing with anything outside from the Most High. Worship of the Most High. Witchcraft is going on. People didn't realize they were operating as a witch. Witchcraft. Hatred. Oh, that's big time. Hating on each other. This is all of the flesh. variance, double-minded emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, talking too much, envies, or people be envying you for little or nothing. Murders, hating your brother and actually murdering brothers. Drunkenness, getting drunk. You can drink, you're not supposed to get drunk. Revelings, arguing, going back and forth, and such like, of the which I tell you before. So I'm going to tell you before the end, as I have also told you in time past. So I told you this before, that they which do such things shall not, I repeat, shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Say, so what you gonna do? You gonna hear, or you gonna push it to the side? That's why you gotta look at, hold that, go to Revelations 12. Revelation 12 and 12. See, it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, Revelation 12 and 12, and ye that dwell in them. Woe me destruction to the inhabitants of the earth, we in the earth, and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you. The devil is coming down unto us, having great wrath. Having great wrath. The devil will come down, he have great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. So what's the devil going to do? He going to show you the right way? I don't think so. He going to show you the wrong way. Lead you into hell with him. That's his whole purpose. Verse 17. And the dragon, which is the devil, the serpent, the dragon, the beast, Esau, the Edomites, Satan, all of them. Because they all read. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, which represents symbolically the children of Israel when you read Jeremiah 6 and 2. And went to make war with the remnant of her seed. So if you've been called to this highest calling, nothing more powerful than knowing this truth, then the devil, and you operating to make it to the kingdom, you've been doing what's right, here come the devil. And you don't recognize the devil, or you the devil yourself. Two devils getting together make what? Two devils. You the imps of the devil. It says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Mashiach Yahushua. So this is what you got to look at. Understand this. Overstand this. He coming against us. We trying to work ourselves into the kingdom, and here come the devil, whether he go to anyone. But I can take you to Job 1 and 6. He went through the Sabians' minds, went through the Chaldeans' minds. He operated in the atmosphere, bringing tornadoes and so forth, storms and all that stuff. Both sides use them for the destruction. They on this earth, waiting. They waiting to see who they can devour, man. Who's next? Ready for that. So look at 1 Peter 5 and 8. Yeshua, you say, be sober. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant. Because your adversary, your enemy, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. That's right. You understand this and overstand this. He looking to see who he can devour. Who's going to be devoured with me? That's how the devil looking at it. That's why you can't deal with the things that represent you being in the flesh. The spirit of the flesh. Come on. It says, whom resist steadfast in the faith. The only way you're going to resist him is you believe in the Most High. You wholeheartedly believe in him, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Let you know, hey, that's why I tell you in Ecclesiastes, in the Apocrypha, 2 and 1. Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. The guideline is right here. Most I done laid it all out. It's a puzzle. It's telling you. Ecclesiastes 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Most High, you going to serve the Most High. You want to call yourself being in the truth. A lot of people say they're in the truth. They're really not in the truth. You want to come and serve the Most High? He said, prepare thy soul for temptation. Here come the tempter. Catch you whenever you weak. And what you gonna do? Fall for the weakness? No, you gotta be strong. The solution has been given to you. Mashiach Shai went to the law every time. Set that heart right. Set your mind right. Get your mind together. Keep your mind together. And constantly endure. That's why I said, let your body be a living sacrifice. Constantly endure. Constantly endure. And make it not haste in time of trouble. So you feeling weak. Now you're going to run. Where you going to run to? Who you going to run to? You running from the Most High. You running from Mashiach Yahushua. So who you going to run to? Just who we read about. He said, when you come to serve the Most High, prepare yourself for the temptation. Who the tempter? The devil. So prepare yourself for the devil. It says, cleave unto him, cleave unto the Most High, and depart not away. And we depart away when we sin, when we fall into the flesh. That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So if you fall into the flesh, these things, then you're going to be decreased. You're not going to increase. He's not going to increase you. Or just going to be your consolation right here. And you're going to fall right where? Right here. I want you to look at Revelation, the 20th chapter, and we're going to read verse 10. And the devil, who people fall into, allow the devil to operate in their life, that deceived them. They've been deceived by the devil, was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone. So that's what his objective is, to allow everybody he can, like I said, to be devoured, to be cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. You don't want to be there. Verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Straight up. That's the choice that we have. Choose life or death. But see, when you look at what's right and you do what's wrong, that's why it tells you in Hebrews 10 and 26. Hebrews the 10th chapter. That's why we're held on high standards as Israelites. Hebrews 10 and 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins. See, you know you're doing what's wrong. Ain't no more remaining of sacrifices for sins. Meaning, Mashiach Yahushua not gonna be that mediator between you and the Most High. And the Most High is, since we there, go to Hebrews 12:29. For our power, the Most High is a consuming fire. So Mashiach Yahushua ain't gonna be there to fan them flames away from you. They coming at you. They coming at you. Believe that. Don't think you're going to get away with it. No. Deuteronomy 4:24. That's why we got to really look at this sincerely and let our bodies be a living sacrifice and endure. And don't fall for the tactics of the devil. Deuteronomy 4:24. For the Most High, thy power, your power, Israelites, 12 tribes of Israel, is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. See? That's our power. Fire from the waist up and fire from the waist down. What do you think fire is going to do to you? It's going to burn you up. Better believe that. Go to Exodus 10. Exodus 10 and 16. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Most High, your power, and against you. He even realized he had broken the commandments of the Most High. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only, this once, and entreat the Most High, your power. See, that's why you know this a Hamite, an Egyptian, Pharaoh, saying what? Entreat the Most High, your power, not his power. Let you know, everybody say he's the power of everyone. No. He said, entreat the Most High, your power. Yours a possessive pronoun showing ownership. Your power, that he may take away from me this death only. See? And he went out from the Pharaoh and entreated the Most High. And the Most High turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But the Most High, this our power, hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go. Over and over again, you see? These 10 plagues that he put upon them. But Pharaoh, I just went there to show you that Pharaoh realized he had sinned against our power. So who are we? Most High done given us his law, statutes, commandments only to the Israelites. And if we sin against them, then, like I said, there's no more sacrifice for sin. My sacrifice, I ain't going to the Most High. You handle it yourself. You handle it, you did it, you handle it yourself. Expect the judgment. It's a fearful, well, let's go back to Hebrews 10 and 31. It says, it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. See, the call to remembrance, bring it back to your mind in the former days, the days in the past, in which after you were illuminated, how were you illuminated? You were illuminated coming back into understanding this truth, understanding the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's how you was illuminated. Keeping his laws. After you were illuminated, you endured a great fight of afflictions. You see? So, some of you ain't been afflicted enough. Or he done afflict you and you ain't even realize you being afflicted by the Most High to make you better. You still go back out and do the same thing. That's why Baruch 4:1 in the Apocrypha, if you have the Cambridge University Press, which is the Red Apocrypha, it's on page 105. Baruch 4:1 says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life. You keep the laws, you're going to come to everlasting life. There's a condition. But such as leave it shall die. You're going to die. You're going to be cast into that lake of fire with the devil. That's his job. To get you to do what's wrong so you can go into the lake of fire with him. He said, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Take hold of the laws, statutes, commandments. This is rules and regulations, people. That's it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof. That's why I said the light is the law. That thou mayest be illuminated. There go the illumination right there. Only way you're going to be illuminated if you walk in the light of the law. The laws of the Most High. It said, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. You know, that's why we ain't supposed to be dealing with no one but Israelites and those that know the truth. Because you go outside of that, you're going to be dealing with fornication and sin, all the things of the flesh. What else you going to do? You dealing with somebody that don't know the law. What you going to do? Especially women, what you going to do? Y'all going to follow just what they do. You want to love them, you going to follow just what they do. And you men, you with women that don't believe, come Christmas, they're going to want to do Christmas. What you going to do? No, I ain't doing that. So you got half the house dealing with pagan stuff, half the house dealing with the truth. That's confusion. That's confusion. You're not really rolling in the spirit. That's why it says in Amos 3:3, can two walk together except they be agreed? Got to be agreed in this. From our marriages to we that's walking in this truth, man. Look at Exodus 32 and 33. This is very serious. This is serious. Exodus 32 and 66. Exodus 32 and 33. And the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob said unto Moses. This is what he said to Moses. Whosoever have sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. And the Most High said unto Moses, whosoever have sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. What book is that? We got to go back there. Revelation 20 and 15. And whosoever was not found written in the book, what book is this? The book of life, was cast into the lake of fire. This is how serious this is. But people take it lightly. You can't take this lightly. You better understand. That's why he said, go to Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Most High said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. That's wherever we are as Israelites. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All the filthy, wicked acts that our people are doing. And then think that it's okay. Think that it's, oh, you still, brothers, you still think you're going to be in the spirit and no good and well, you out of the spirit. You know, you carnal as hell. And that's where we just read about where the judgment, hell fire. But the Most High give us mercy and grace to repent. But he said, go to the city, to the midst of the city, to the midst of Jerusalem, wherever we are as the 12 tribes of Israel, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. What's in your forehead? Your mind, the way you think. You crying out for all the abominations, the filthy, wicked acts that they're doing. And you see it. It's Sodom and Gomorrah right here. Spiritual Egypt and spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah. Right here in America, all across the world right now. The wickedness that people are doing and accepting it. And people that's accepting it, you're going to go down too. As it tells you in Romans 1 and 32. You that accept it. Ain't no excuse for nobody. None of us. Ain't nobody, there'll be no excuse. You say the righteous scarcely going to be saved. So that's why it's important that you understand this and operate in the spirit. So we crying out for all the abominations of filthy, wicked acts that people are doing and justifying themselves and want mercy and grace, but it's about almost over right now. Verse 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Say, go ye after him through the city and kill him. Let not your eye spare, neither have you pity. Future prophecy. He said, kill them. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. He said, slay utterly, old and young. Kill the old people and the young people. That's what he's saying. Our people, 12 tribes of Israel, both maids and little children. Maids, young women, and little children going to be put to death. Little wicked children going to be put to death. And women. Got women by themselves. Because women are wicked. Some are righteous, but a lot of them are wicked. 2/3 of women going to die. 2/3 of the men of Israel going to die. Understand this, so don't be tripping. A lot of y'all trip out when you start talking about women. Y'all so caught up in pleasing women, don't want women to like you, but you'll kill your brother. But as long as a woman is smiling at you, just like the king, say she smacked him with her left hand. He's looking, is she mad at me? Took the crown off his head, put the crown on her head. He's smiling, trying to see if he can get in good grace with her. Better be in good grace with the Most High. And a Mashiach Yahushua, by Shama Mashiach Yahushua. That's important. That's why I said he said kill all these people. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark. What's that mark? The mark is actually learned it, lived it, and applying this truth in your life every day. And begin at my sanctuary. What do he say? Begin with our people. That's what we're going to start with. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. We'll start with the ancient men to come on down to kill everyone that's doing abominable things, that's following the way of the world, because you are Edomite. Okay, you call yourself Israelite. You Edomanize, you are Edomite. You a goat. Straight up. Without a shadow of a doubt, you a goat. That's what Mashiach Shai said in Matthew 25:31. It's you gotta understand. We say, I'm not no Edomite, I ain't no Edomite, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, you might be an Israelite. But look what he said. Matthew 25:31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. He's going to come with 200 million angels. He's going to sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. All nations going to be gathered before him. And he shall separate them. Wait a minute, why would he separate all the nations if it's okay for us to be integrated? He said, and he shall separate them one from another as a sheep divideth his sheep from the goats. So he's going to separate all these nations as a shepherd divideth the sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Right? So the sheep going to be on his right hand. And he said in Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Who live in the house? The family. So that's the family of Israel, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. But mind you, only going to be 1/3 of those 12 tribes of Israel that he's going to redeem. That remnant. Say, then shall the king, verse 34, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, who are the sheep, that 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. He say, come and receive the kingdom that's prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So now, you have these goats on the left side. That's why he told us in one scripture in Revelation 18:4. Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins. See? He don't want us to be partakers of the things that we know that are sins. The transgression of the Most High's laws. So you know the law. The law says, you know the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments is based upon how we love the Most High and how we love each other. So he said he wants you to come out of that mindset. The way you think. So you're not thinking, because the way you think, the way you speak, the way you act. You can leave out your speaking, but you think a certain thing, you're going to act upon it. You might not say it, but you might say it in your mind, but you still speaking it. Because words got to hit you. And the words going to say, it's okay. Whatever you doing, or whatever you do, or whatever you have done. That's why he said, come out of her. My people. Who's Most High's people? The 12 tribes of Israel. that you be not partakers of her sins, that you don't be partakers of her sins. That's what she told you. You see what the devil said? He's going to see who he can devour it. So you can go into the lake of fire with him. And that you receive not of her plagues. Plagues. I mean, a whole lot of plagues on this earth. These diseases. They ain't going drugs. Killings. People turning themselves from a man to a woman. That's a plague, man. To think that you were born a man and you think that you were a woman. That's a plague, man. Women with women and so forth. Leaving the natural use of a man. That's a plague. All the things that we just read in Galatians the 5th chapter pertaining to the lust of the flesh. That's what people are doing. Giving a finger to the Most High. I can't put it no clearer than that. You're giving the Most High the middle finger. Especially, he thought enough of us to call us into this truth. Call us into something that nobody in the world knows but you. To understand his word. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, then we're going to turn our back on him. Give him the middle. I can't put it no clearer than that. Maybe you understand that. Give the Most High the middle finger. What you think? Where you think you going to go? Straight into the lake of fire. We just read about that. So that's a mindset. He said, come out of her, my people, that you don't receive of her plagues. So when you go to Matthew 25 and 45, it says, then shall ye answer them, saying, verily I say unto you, just the goats, the ones that's operating under the spirit of the lust of the flesh, or doing the things that Esau would have you to do in his world, because Esau is the end of the world. I'll tell you that in 2 Ezra 6 and 9. Jacob's the beginning of that follower. So he would have you to do everything to go into the lake of fire with him. Then shall he answer them, saying, verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment. You're going to be thrown in the lake of fire. We just read about it. I don't know why the Spirit bringing that out, but that's where it's going. We got to adhere to it. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment. But the righteous, those that keep the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, into life eternal. There it is. So you got a choice of two. That was just life or death. That's what he's saying. What do you choose, life or death? Because you can't sin against the Most High. We can't sin against the Most High and think it's okay. It's not okay. Children, get 1 John 3 and 8. 1 John 3 and 8. He that committeth sin is of the devil. He that committeth sin is of the devil. For the devil sinned from the beginning. For this purpose, the Son of the Most High, which is a Mashiach Yahushua, the anointed Savior, was manifested. Why? That he might destroy the works of the devil. See? He was manifested to destroy the works of the devil. See?